folks. This is Nada Milkovich, and I am in the house with Ted Holladay. Ted, thank you so much for coming on up here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Woohoo! I'm excited. I've been wanting to talk to Ted for a long time. Ted is one of our local hotsy-totsy designers. He does magnificent work through his vehicle, Holladay Studio. Is that right?
It's Studio Holladay.
Oh, Studio
actually.
Holladay. Dang it.
That's fine.
I got
That's
it flipped around. Ted, you started Studio Holladay 5 years ago, is it?
Yeah, about 5-6 years ago. It's kind of rough. Yeah, incorporated about 6-7 years ago. Yeah. I've been a designer, though, for 27 years now.
Right on.
Quite a while.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You're dating yourself there,
I
Ted.
know.
Yeah, I'm feeling akin.
The year after the Mac came out, I got a job as a typesetter and just moved from there. Yeah.
It's wonderful. And you've worked with some pretty big companies.
Yeah, for sure.
The biggies.
Yeah, Apple, Microsoft. Chevron? No, not Chevron.
No?
Do I list that?
Yeah, you do. It's on your bio.
No, okay.
Wells Fargo, Robert Mondavi.
Yes, Robert Mondavi. We redesigned their website years and years ago. Yeah, so.
And you got some fun things happening all the time, and you're here in Santa Cruz, your headquarters.
Yeah, we're on the west side, over on Swift Street. There's lovely live-work lofts over there, and yeah, I have 2 designers that are working for me full-time, and it's a great thing we have going. Really.
Yeah.
I've had many designers locally here, and I have to say the team I have right now is the best.
Nice.
The best ever, really.
Now, do you want to talk about the fact that you might be looking for somebody to... No.
Somebody new? Yeah, no, we're looking for a new designer right now. Yeah.
I didn't want to just bring it up without you really wanting to.
So we're looking for a new graphic designer. And the newest designer I hired, Eric, used to intern for me, and he has progressed in the last several years.
Are you talking about Eric Ressler?
No. Eric
No.
Ressler has Cosmic Design,
That's
which is another
super cool
phenomenal
hotsy-totsy
design
designer.
team.
Yes. A little younger, actually quite a bit younger.
Oh, yeah, he's half my age. Yes,
he's just getting going.
Yeah, no, but he's doing quite well.
Oh,
Eric
I'm sorry.
is like doing really well. I'm stoked for him. He's actually my next door neighbor.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right where I'm at. Yeah.
So who's the Eric that you were talking about, though?
Eric Zwerzinski.
Yeah.
So he interned for me 2-3 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago, and.
Nice.
He came back to me and said, when I was looking to hire somebody, hey, I'm interested in the job, and I was a little hesitant. And when I looked at his work and interviewed him, and Conrad, my senior art director, interviewed him, he was floored by his work. And so he fits in perfectly in the studio. He's really talented.
So I just want to read a little signature piece that you have. That you have on your emails. Am I allowed to do
Sure,
this? It's very telling of you and your creative process, which is why I really like it. It says, we are creative. Sometimes we're linear thinkers, forging a direct path between point A and B. Other times we're broken field runners, taking the audience on a scenic, uniquely memorable route. Either way, we delivered the destination, distilling even the most complex marketing messages into elegant outcomes. Or put another way, left brain, right brain. We maintain residence in both neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that you've honed after the big 26 years of design work.
Yeah.
You found that you have to use both.
Yeah, for sure. In fact, I tell clients oftentimes. A lot of times you'll work with designers who are strictly art-focused. We are very business-minded designers. And so when we work with clients, we're thinking about their business, their bottom line, what they want to achieve, not just the website they want to develop, but what their main goal is. They want to sell. And that's what we focus on.
But I don't want the people that are listening to us tonight to go, wow, he's just talking about how to sell products, because your designs are super creative and very unique and different. You take when you look at your portfolio, it's all over the place. And so when you say that, it just makes me think, well, wait a second, you are looking at it, you're taking that bottom line to a creative place, I guess.
Yeah, and each client we work with has, or we develop for them, a brand standard, right? A visual guideline. And whether we have to follow that, let's say we're working with Microsoft or Apple or any local firm that has standards guides, we have to work within that, or we develop that for them so that they have those guidelines for any other designer they're working with. So that it always
maintains a flavor, let's say.
Yes. And our studio does not have a specific style, I think is what I was getting at. It's all about the company's brand style, right? So like the MA. We rebranded the MA recently. Santa Cruz Public Libraries, we rebranded. Next Space, we branded. There's so many I could list off right now. And so with all of those new brands, they now have guidelines that any designer can follow that would help their marketing message. Yeah.
So that would include, obviously, the font.
Yes.
And let's say color tones, like a tonal range.
Yep. You know what you're talking about. You just keep going. Keep going.
It's a test, folks. Will I pass Ted Holladay's test?
Stop. No, it varies. It could be just the logo and color palette and typography standards, or it could be the template for the website and standards for messaging. Newsletter, right? Or sales sheet or whatnot, or even messaging. We work with companies to do that as well. So it's not just here's a pretty thing. It's
not just the logo. It's not just the website. It's the whole shebang.
Yeah, exactly.
So Ted, one of the things that I really wanted to talk to you about tonight is that I saw a product of yours that was done really quickly, and it's called the Instant Magazine. Although I'm not quite sure. I kind of think that you guys came into it. But anyways, let's just tell the story before I get ahead of myself. There was a recent tech raising. I had the wonderful pleasure of speaking with Margaret Rosa about the most recent one. And Andrew
Margaret. Margaret. I'm a huge fan of her.
Digital diva.
Yes. She's an
startup
amazing
diva.
woman. Yes.
She is a force here in Santa Cruz for positive culture, bringing together the geeks.
Yes.
And so one of the things that Andrew Mueller, and Matthew Marchibi have been bringing together, the third one just happened, is called Tech Raising.
Yes.
And I like to describe it as kind of like a game jam. You got a weekend, you come in Friday night, you pitch it, you get your team. If you got a good pitch, you get a good team. Then you program. There's some mentors that are walking around giving support. There's different, what do you call it, workshops to how does a startup start up. Right. And then Sunday afternoon, 6 o'clock, binga banga boom, everybody's showing their prototypes and what they had been feverishly programming and designing for the whole of the weekend, basically.
Yeah.
And you and your team came out with this beautiful magazine, and it's called Instant Magazine. Tell us about it.
Okay. Matthew Swinnerton and Eric Johnson came to my studio a week or two before Tech Raising and asked us, Studio Holladay, would you like to be a part of this magazine project idea that we have? And the idea was to showcase and focus on culture, technology, and what's the third one? I'm so bad.
Business culture.
Business, yes. Yeah, so to focus on those three aspects of Santa Cruz and to highlight them and to write about them, to photograph them, and document it. And I've designed many magazines in my past, and love print, love digital as well, but thought, oh my God, we have to do this. We have to. And so I want to give huge kudos out to my design studio team, Conrad Altman, senior art director of this project, Eric Zwerzinski, senior designer. Amazing. They did the majority of the heavy lifting on this project as far as design goes. Eric, with regards to editing the magazine and leading us, phenomenal. We are working right now on our second issue.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so it's going to come out soon.
So the big part that I loved about it is that you can buy the ebook.
Yes.
And you can download that onto your iPad or smart pad or whatever you've got. And you used HP Cloud.
Yeah, Mag Cloud.
Mag
Cloud.
Yeah. Mag Cloud.
Yeah, so if you go to magcloud.com, you can look for Instant Magazine and you can purchase it right there.
And it's a print-on-demand service that also downloads digital files as well.
Yes.
And apps.
Yes.
So what was the technological part of this Instant Magazine? Was it to make it an ebook magazine as well as a print magazine at the same time? Is that is that what the instant part is?
No, that's a good question. We asked ourselves that question, and what we wanted to do was actually create a print magazine. We wanted to have a print magazine. It also is available on the iPhone, the iPad, Android, that sort of thing. But we want it to be a real physical magazine. And you're holding one in your hand.
It's beautiful.
And you can actually purchase it in several stores here in Santa Cruz. Bookshop Santa Cruz has it. Cameron Marks has it. And it's going to be available in several other stores locally. And we're actually going to take it beyond that. We might move beyond Santa Cruz. You never know.
Well, the world needs a little more Santa Cruz in it, that's for sure.
Does.
And this
You're
would be
right.
a great way of an ambassador kind of way for us to get out there. So Matthew Swinnerton is the third musketeer of tech raising. I mispronounced his name. I actually said it wrong. But so Matthew had an idea of somehow creating the essential of what happens when tech raising comes together.
Mm-hmm. He did, yeah. Studio Holladay's been a sponsor of tech raising, and we love tech raising. We've been a sponsor since the beginning.
What is it that you love about it, Ted?
I gave a speech last night.
Oh, the Pechakucha!
Yeah, the Pechakucha, or Pikachu, or however you want to say it. As my brother said,
Pikachu.
Polka Dolphin, or something like that. I love it, and I love Santa Cruz. I let me just say that. I love Santa Cruz, and I've come to, in a sense, realize that. Let me give a little spiel that I gave last night. I moved 20 times before I turned 20. My dad's a minister, and we moved around a lot because of that. And I finally feel like I am home. I really, truly do. Tech raising, the people I've met there, the businesses I've worked with, I feel like I have to be a part of that. I have to. I can't not be a part of it. And I just love it. There's an energy behind it. I've had 3 people from tech raising come to my studio to pitch me work that they're working on after tech raising, the week after, because they want to work with us at Studio Holladay. And I love that. I just love this community and love contributing to it. I was one of the what are they called?
Co-founders?
No, not co-founders, but I don't remember one of the yes, I'm a sponsor, but one of the guys who walks around and
you're a mentor.
A mentor,
yeah.
yes, sorry.
I don't like that, too.
Really bad on words right now. Yes, but I was one of the mentors as well, and so got to meet a lot of people and a lot of groups beyond just us working on the magazine. Yeah.
Well, it was inspirational. I didn't get to go this year. Not this year. This was the second one this year. I didn't get to go to the one in October. I had a whole bunch of family coming in from out of town. I was too busy, but I ended up pitching my idea to Andrew Mueller like a week later. Like, it really...
What was your idea?
Oh, well, we'll have to talk after.
Okay.
But
it's secret.
It was it was like this technological, creative, like, vibration. I really felt it. Like, even though I didn't get to go, I still was inspired and motivated by it.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful thing. I think that there's going to be a lot of one of those, 20 years from now, we're going to look back and we're like, oh, yeah, I remember that one that started in the first one and that company that started out of the second one. And that it's an incubator, but it's also more than just, hatching the egg. It's helping the little chick walk and that kind of thing.
Yep. And those kind of stories are already happening right now. When you have NextSpace and Cruise.io, and other tech nerd groups, what they're doing, it's already happening right now. There's already stories like that.
Yeah. And then what's interesting is the Museum of Art and History is really pushing that technological, innovative, let's do it in the great space that we've got at the MA.
Yeah, the next Pichakucha event in February is going to be at the MA.
Wasn't it last night?
No, it was at Motive.
Oh, it was Motive. That's right.
Yeah.
M-word. So it was at Motive, but the next one will be at the MA.
Yes.
And that's where it belongs, if you ask me. I'll tell Nina that myself.
Nina loves the idea. I think Nina, Margaret, and Chip maybe talked about it years ago. And Chip just finally said, let's do it.
Yeah.
And he did it at Motive, and now it's going to be at the MA, which is great.
So how was it?
It was good.
Let's just tell our folks real quick, what is a Pichakucha? It's 6 slides. 20 slides in 6 minutes.
It's 20 slides, and the slides, each slide lasts for 20 seconds, and they just go. You don't have control over it. They just go 20 seconds, and so you have to keep up with it. And basically, I think it was created in Tokyo.
Right, that's right.
I believe so.
For quick information messaging.
Yeah, basically they were seeing art. I think they came from the standpoint of architects were taking too much time to present their idea because they're so verbose. And they said, let's keep it to 20 slides, 20 seconds per slides, and make it that regimented. And it was fun. And it was a little difficult keeping to the slides.
It's a whole different kind of platform. It's hard. It's like the TEDx, you have 6 minutes.
Yep,
that's
exactly.
it. And then you got to get off the stage.
Right, yeah.
And
I think there were some great presenters. I had fun. I presented, and I talked about my website, Impact 831, which is around the topic of businesses that have started up in the last 3 to 5 years that are making an impact on the local area.
And 831.
Yeah, impact831.com. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, check it out.
Impact
831.
Excuse me, .com.
Yeah, .com.
Impact831.com.
Yeah.
And then Studio Holladay is STUDIOHOLLADAY.com. And Ted is the kingpin at StudioHolladay.com. And he's over there in the Swift Live Art spaces, which are just wonderful. So you've been here in Santa Cruz for how long now?
Oh, shoot. I don't even know, 15 years, something like that.
And what brought you here, Ted?
My ex-wife, honestly. Yeah.
Is she a native, or?
No, she's actually a native of Ireland.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and do you know Orla?
Yes.
That's her name, yeah, Orla. I have 2 kids with her, and we're still here, and it's phenomenal. love having my kids in this town.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's also kind of my story. When I came here, I found for the first time in my life a place where I wanted to root and stay, and found my people, kind of my home. Like, there's something about this place, that both the beauty of it and the amazing number of creative people that we have here. I don't know, what comes first. Do people come attracted to Santa Cruz, the creative ones, because of the beauty, or is it the beauty helps you be creative? It's probably both.
Sure.
But there have been so many incredible artists, and continue on. You haven't found any problems finding your clients.
No, not finding clients. We at Studio Holladay, we don't really market. It is all referral, which is a lovely thing to have. One thing I have to say, at the very beginning, you mentioned, we are looking to hire. It is hard finding extremely talented designers here, graphic designers. And so we are looking over the hill. My senior art director lives in San Jose and drives over here every day. And so, would love for there to be more, talented graphic designers here, for sure.
Yeah. There was a whisper of that for the last tech raising too, that there could have been a few more designers to round out the teams, I guess.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there were 3 from my studio, and we were all working on one project, Instant Magazine.
So you're cornering that one.
Yeah.
Tell us about your recent trip to Texas.
Oh, Texas. Let's see. I went to a photo shoot there. I've done a lot of real estate development, photography, and branding in the past. And so I was photographing 2 locations in Houston, Texas, and that took 2 days, 1 day for each location. And after that, I went and saw 2 of my brothers and their kids and wives and all that. And it was lovely. I haven't seen them in years.
So you're from Texas?
No.
They just happened to be there.
They just happened to be there. Yeah, I have 2 brothers in Texas, 2 in Seattle. And my parents, I believe, are in Tennessee. I want to say, I think they are. Yeah.
That's right. And so you found Houston. That was where the location shoots for these real estate. You do the photography. Are you the photographer? You are a photographer.
I am the photographer. Yeah, I've done it. Photography is a passion of mine. It really is. Like, the cover of Instant. In fact, I would say half of the photos in Instant Magazine I took. I've been a photographer for about 15 years or something like that. I should add that up too. It's just something I don't know, I have a knack for, and I love, and I've got all the latest gear. It's a fun thing for me to do. I photograph weddings once in a while. I photograph corporate stuff, product photography, location stuff, fashion things, all kinds of stuff.
And you find, I think as a designer of your caliber, your design eye comes through in your photographs, and how you compose them and place them, I would say.
Yeah, thank you. I years ago, when I was first starting out as a photographer, somebody said to me, Ted, you shoot very editorially. And I was photographing my kids, right? I was photographing a flower, right? Or whatever it might have been. Because of the way I would position certain things to make space for a headline or body copy or a logo or whatever it might be. Right. And it's true, but there's kind of, rules and laws to photography that do hint at that automatically anyways, so. Yeah.
Well, Ted, golly lolly, it's the end of our show. Thank you so much for coming on up here and bringing the Instant Magazine. Tell us again where you can find it.
Oh, shoot.
Isn't it at the Bookshop Santa Cruz?
It is, yes. Bookshop Santa Cruz, right downtown. It's right on the bookshelves, as well as Cameron Marks.
Oh, that's right,
on
Cameron
the west
Marks.
side.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Lovely, lovely store.
By Kelly's. It's a great
Yes.
store. So you can find Instant Magazine. You can also go to MagCloud. But really, you should just go to Studio Holladay, and you'll get the Instant Magazine and all that.
We have links for it on our website, too.
Yeah. And thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. This was lovely. I've never done this before. This was so cool.
I'm so glad I got to be the first, Ted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hey,
you were the first.
Stay tuned, everybody, for TIFF Time. And thanks again, Ted. Like I said, you're somebody I've been really wanting to get up here and talk to here at Artist on Art, simply because I see your work all over the place, especially, like you're saying, the library. Those photographs are fabulous.
Thank you. I didn't take the photos on the outside. We did the branding, though. I do. Yoop Rubens did the photos.
Oh,
on the,
Yoop did.
Yes, he did. He's quite phenomenal. But we did the branding, the logo, and collateral and stuff like that. But yes.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Shout out to Yoop, for sure.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
Yeah.
And stay tuned for TIFF Time. Thanks again, Ted.
Thank you.
História de umas terras querer cambar no esquecimento. História de umas terras querer cambar no esquecimento.